Sneaker-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious sneaker felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Sneaker Unit. These are their stories.
What's good, folks? Once again, it's me, Shalico, Shy Fitness _tattoo art on Instagram and CMDDOS on Twitter or PlayStation Network in case you want to get a game in. Bringing to you another dope video on some dope kicks. So without further ado, you already know how we do. It's the genie in the box, the genie in the box, the what? It's almost Labor Day weekend. It's Genie in the box. Yo, this is dope. It says bike on the box. Not Nike, but bike. Bikey or Nike or bikey. Bikey, Nike. Yo, but it still say Nike on it too though. Nike on the back. You already know. When I show it to you, I like to show you the whole thing so you know, you could legit check your kids when you get them so nobody see your face. So Nike on the front side where it says, the size and everything. Nike on the back side where it says the back side of it. The left and the right side says bike. And the top says bike. And of course, on the bottom, it always says all the stuff that it says, Nike Air Zoom, Air Max, Nike Air Soul, Jumpman, and everything else after that. A whole bunch of stuff. And a little recycling symbol down here too, right? Oh man, this is so dope. So, as we can see, it's a Jordan 1 box. So on the front it says Air Jordan 1, Retro Low, OG Nitro. But these are the collab with Nigel Sylvester, Air Jordan 1 lows called It Gets Better With Time, right? So let's open it up so you can see what's going on, right? Before we get all the way open, let's look at the inside of the lid. He got a bike silhouette on the inside, which is dope. That's dope. Just little stuff like that, man. You see that? Super dope. Super dope, super dope, super dope. So we got that right on the inside, right? So you open that. Inside the box, nothing else in here, no extra nothing. Just got some laces. So we're gonna close that up and put that right there so you can look at that. So it comes with 3 sets of laces, right? So we got the red pair, right? Pretty dark red pair, deep red dark pair. And then we got the black pair. And of course on the back of it, it says move to 0 because they on the recycling thing. And then on the front of it, got the Jumpman with the shoelaces and it's embossed, which means it's stamped, pushed in, right? Got our laces. Put those over here. And then we got the sail laces that come inside of them, right? Sail laces that come already inside the sneakers, already set up, right? Sail. Got those. Just want to wrap this up real quick so that we've been showing everything. It looks nice and neat. All right, so let's take these papers out because you already know we're going to take out the insoles as well. Take those out. Bang. So, take that out. So let me show you the front. Show you the bottoms. pre-age bottoms. Show you the back. Wings logo on the back. Medial and lateral sides, as you already know how I do. We got the medial and lateral side. Medial, lateral sides, right? Got that. And then of course the tops, as you're looking down at them when you're wearing them. And then of course the tongue. All right. And then let's show you the insoles, right? One insole, two insoles. And these insoles are actually pretty nice, man. These are pretty nice. They got some good cushion on them. Good cushion on these joints right here. So one says Bike Air, one says Nigel Sylvester. So hopefully you can see both of those. Bike Air, Nigel Sylvester. Dopeness, right? These some nice insoles, man. Dare I say it, these might be PRM. I mean, I haven't tried them on yet, so these are pretty nice to the touch. They feel very, very comfortable, very soft to the touch. So I can imagine how these must feel once you put them on. Very, very nice and spongy, if you will. All right, so let's get into the rest of the details. So on the inside of the shoe, we got Jordan Bike & Co. established 2017. Right on the medial side, on the inside of the shoe, right? So on both the right and the left shoe. So hopefully you can see that right there. And of course the size tag is on the medial side of both shoes. Then of course on the tongue, like I already showed you earlier, it says Bike Air or Bikey or Nike. Bike Air on the inside. Both tongues got both Bike Air on them, which is dope. I think that's a dope touch right there, right? Then the tongue, which is dope. See, and the thing about these Jordan Lows, let me tell you about these Jordan Lows, man. I like the OG version of the Jordan Lows. Straight off top, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't like those other Jordan Lows that they be having out there with the tongue that be all stiff. Without this stitching right here across it, them joints be stiff as hell, and I don't know how people even wear those. I personally don't like them, don't even like the way they look, because that tongue just looks stiff as hell. But I like this with the stitch across it because it makes it more malleable, if you will, when you're wearing it on your foot, and it's not as stiff as them other joints. This is way better, in my opinion. See the back of it, nice and soft. You know what I'm saying? You can, you know what I mean? Crunch it up, and it's nice, comfortable. So that should feel nice on the top of your foot. All right, so that's the tongue, that's the inside, it's the insoles. Then on the inside of the collar here, the heel collar, ankle collar, it's just the normal padding. Ain't nothing too extra like the SBs, how I got that extra pad. None of that going on. Like we showed you already, on the back side, I got the Wings logo, right? Jordan Wings logo on the back side. Then on this outside, we have like a regular like painted on logo, but that has 3M on it. It's reflectable. This is reflecting as well. This is 3M here. That reflects. Then these little this drawn on swoosh has like extra layers. Like it has a couple of lines drawn extra. So that way you can see the swoosh. I guess if the light hit it, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. Then also, we got one of my favorites, the mini swoosh. Some people don't like it. I like the mini swoosh. I think it's dope. I think it's a nice little dope aesthetic to separate them from other shoes. I think that's a dope aesthetic right there. So we got, like I said, the pre-age red bottoms, right? Dark red, varsity red, if you will. And it's pre-age, so you can tell it's like the scuff marks on the bottom, which is a dope touch. I like that as well. We also have the pre-age, if you will, midsole, pre-age midsole, or sail, if you want to just call it that. You know what I'm saying? Or cream, you know what I mean? Cream sail. And these laces match that insole nice. And the same thing with the swoosh, it's cream, and the mini swoosh is cream as well. Or if you want to call it sail. Cream, sail, it's all the same to me, man. I just call it cream, because that's what it is, cream colored. But we also know they doing this as a pre-aged thing, which, like I said, I think it's dope. It looks dope on this with the black. And it's a nice pop, you know what I'm saying? Makes it pop more, you know what I mean? Same thing with the white laces. I don't know, I haven't decided what laces I'm gonna rock with them yet. I seen pictures with the red, I seen pictures with the black. I think they both look pretty decent, but we'll figure it out either way. You know what I'm saying? I even seen one picture with a dude, he had one of each, one red, and I think he had one sail, I think. Or it was one red and one black, one of them. But dope. And of course, like I said, got the mini swoosh. Mini swooshes on both shoes. On the lateral sides of both shoes, right? So, the other dope part about this is pre-scuffed. The crazy part, I seen a video online. Some dude got these in. You could tell he must have been some kind of hype beast, because he didn't even realize that that's how the sneakers are supposed to come. Pre-aged, pre-scuffed, and all that. He thought they had quality control issues. I tell you, man, some people, they just don't need to be indulging in this sneaker culture because you know nothing. You just want to be down. You know what I'm saying? You know nothing about this culture. You just want to be down. You want to have hyped kicks or whatever the case may be, so you can try to feel like you are part of the crew. Like, get out of here, man. Get out of here. You know what I mean? So on this one, right shoe, toe, pre-scuffed, top of the foot, pre-scuffed, inside the medial side of the toe, scuffed. This side here on the outside, lateral side, scuff. And we got some more scuffs on the lateral side, heel, scuff, scuff. Medial side, heel, scuff, scuff. And on the medial side again, we got a little scuff right here as well. So I think, like I said, to me, I think that's dope. This leather, I would say, it's PRM. So premium, if you will, for the, you know, we already know none of this leather is real, but you know, for what it is, it looks very, very nice. I would call it tumbled. It looks very textured and tumbled on the top there. You know what I'm saying? And that's all throughout the whole shoe. Tumbled, textured leather. And it's very soft to the touch. So I'm sure these will break in very, very, very easily. I would also say that they already have the broken look. You know what I'm saying? And the way the leather feels, I feel like they're going to feel nice on foot once you put them on. And of course, like I told you, the scuffs are different on each shoe. So this one, medial side, scuff. Lateral side, heel, scuff. And the scuffs are just random. Scuff on this left foot, toe, scuff, right? And that's it. So imagine the left shoe only got 3 big scuffs. Two on each, one on each side of the heel, and then 1 on the toe. That's it. And this one had way more. So, that's the whole point. Like, I figure most people's shoes are probably gonna have different scuffs, to try to compare it to other people. Like, oh, let me see what yours look like, But yeah, this looks a little crazy right here. It's sitting there, but it's like the foot is lift up a little bit here, and the one is lift up a little bit on the front there. But again, once you put the shoe on your foot, all that should flatten out. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that should flatten out. I don't look at nothing like that like it's crazy, but yeah, man. I just wanted to show y'all the video of these kicks. You know what I'm saying? They are dope. Dopeness. Another dope collab. I would say another dope, successful collab. Got these on Nigel's website. The everything's a go. You know what I'm saying? Through the EQL situation. You already know. Yeah, man. So that pre-aged bottom looks crazy too, man. But again, that's something that, aesthetically you're going to see as you look at it. But you're not going to look at that when you're walking. No one's going to see that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're actually riding a bike and got 1 foot up like that, when you're pedaling or whatever. You know what I mean? Or, whatever the case may be. But, yeah, man. These are dope. These are dope. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to show it to y'all, show you the new cop, show y'all the insides and outsides of the whole situation. That's pretty much it. And as always, if you need some artwork, hit me up on Instagram, SHA Fitness _tattoo art. You need tattoos, personal training, anything like that, hit me up. And if you need to play some video games, we already know, CMDDOS on Twitter or PlayStation Network, in case you want to get a game in, as always. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. Share, like, comment, all that good stuff. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Peace.